top scorer in the season 94-95 with 18 goals in 25 games. Bangida gets away from Alberts. Slips at a vital moment. That was a use of an arm there by Kluivert. The free kick is given. Oh, Babangida slipped at the vital moment and the ball was breaking away from Kluivert. He used an arm to try and control it. This is Bjorklund. Rangers badly caught and they could pay the penalty here. It's Vichka. Well, in fairness to Derek McInnes, who made the mistake in the first place, McInnes got back. And it's Charlie Miller who's deep in his own half. The initial mistake from Derek McInnes, but he got back well to retrieve the situation. This is Melchiot. Santos to Veltman. They're quite prepared to knock it about all evening. Just probe away. Look for a weakness, look for an opening. Ajax's ball. Ronald de Bar. Free kick is awarded. A bit of dissent is being shown there. Skolton. Veltman. Again, Durant's back there helping out. Good play though by Veltman. Good cross as well, delivered at pace. Ajax have the corner kick, conceded by Goran Petric. But Veltman doing well there, getting away from Durant. Getting plenty of pace into the cross. And there you have it. 4 corners to Ajax. Just 2 to Rangers. Again, Santos has moved forward, so too is Melchiot. It's played into the near post.
It wasn't really the best of corners at first look, but it's a lovely little touch from Frank de Boer, hoping that someone might get in the end of it. Unusually, most of their corner kicks have been driven in with great pace for someone to attack the near post with a header.
Good touch on there by Charlie Miller. Here's Laudrup. Rangers have got players forward here if he can swing in the cross. It's Vichka who goes back. And the referee awards the goal kick. Well, Vichka going in solidly there on Laudrup, who was looking for something out of that. But the referee was well positioned and just pointed down towards the goal kick. But that was an opportunity there. If Laudrup had managed to get in the cross, Rangers certainly had plenty of players forward. Here's a counter-attack though, but Robertson's pace showing against Babangida. Goal kick is awarded. So that's 35 minutes gone.
He's done well there, Robertson again. Babangida always seems to prefer running inside the full-back, gives him the opportunity to run and goal. Good pace from Robertson, good body strength.
Babangida trying to get forward again, but Rangers had enough players to provide the cover. There. And of course, scored the famous goal against Barry Calf that put Rangers into the Champions League. This has certainly been the best performance of the 4 games, but there's no doubt. Just over 35 minutes gone, still no scoring here. Playing with a lot of spirit against one of the best clubs in Europe. And here's Laudrup charging forward. He needs some support here though. We'll just have to hold things up. Alberts is in the middle. But it's just away from him, and the goalkeeper grabs it at the second attempt. Well, Alberts was well through there, and Charlie Miller was arriving. That's Babangida. Ronald de Boer. So the Rangers are giving a disciplined midfield performance. They're getting cover into the wide areas. So far they've halted Overmars and Babangida, but this team, Ajax, will just keep probing, knocking the ball about and showing great patience. The thing is, they'll do this at home as well if necessary, whereas if our teams indulge in such tactics, the crowd tend to get in their back. This is Veltman. Durant goes with him, it's a good cross. Well, Snelders had to claw that one away. Hetrich was going for it. I don't know if he was going to reach it. The danger still not cleared. It's Babangida. Ronald de Boer. Kluivert. Frank de Boer. Ronald de Boer. Kluivert again. And the penalty area. Rangers managed to get it away. And Laudrup's very much a lone figure there, which allows Mario Melchiot to pick up possession. This is Frank de Boer. Looking for Overmars. It's away by Scott Wilson.
Still have that great patience, Jerry, that you mentioned earlier, just to probe away and probe. You know eventually something might just be on. If it doesn't work, we'll start again and build again.
Frank de Boer again, it's Skolton. It takes a deflection. Arnold Skolton gives Ajax the lead. Well, he had to take a touch on that ball. Then he fired it right into the corner. It looked to me as though it had taken a deflection. And Walter Smith can only look on in anguish after what's been a decent performance from his side. He took a touch on it, fired it there, right into the corner. Rangers 0, Ajax 1.
Yeah, it's a good enough strike with pace at the angle. You see him, great power behind it. It's an awkward angle for Snelders. He's blocked by a couple of defenders. You've seen it at the last second, and the power on the ground, they're just taking it in.
So 39 minutes gone. And Arnold Skolton, the second spell with the club. He also was at Feyenoord. But he won the European Cup Winners' Cup medal with Ajax back in '87. And here he is in possession again. Just lurking, waiting for the opportunity there.
Well, this is certainly a time and a stage in the game where it will test the Rangers supporters' knowledge of the game, because, as you mentioned earlier, these teams educate our supporters here. You've just got to be patient. Rangers can't afford just to go chasing the game now. Just got to still be patient.
This is Ronald de Boer. Babangida. So we're inside the final 5 minutes of the first half. hugely experienced as a club at this level. They've actually played 10 more European ties than Rangers, tonight being their 186th. And a remarkable record too. They've won 111 and lost just 45. But they're going to have to change their style a bit in the years ahead because of the Bosman ruling. They've already started buying in some players. But as you've seen, no doubt, from your newspapers in the last few days, the Ajax players and the manager saying that no one can buy the European Cup. You've got to buy wisely and still bring through young players, as Ajax continue to do, and as Manchester United have been showing as well, spending big money but still bringing through 4 or 5 young players, and that's what Rangers now have really got to try and achieve.
Yeah, well, the beauty Ajax have their system, and the players they bring in must adjust to the Ajax system. The system doesn't break up just because of a few quality players.
Petric. Long ball looking for Robertson. They're a bit ambitious with it. Here's Skolton. Avangida's away in a run. He's timed it perfectly, but the ball is skidding off the wet surface with considerable pace. There's a man, though, who's really achieved it all with Ajax, the Championship, also the European Cup and the World Club Championship, and he will leave at the end of the season. But there's a goal again. Right into the corner. And here's the goal scorer, through for Babangida. Again, just too much pace in that one. Fans have gone a bit quiet for the moment. How used they are getting to evenings such as this. And much change must follow after the end of this season. Here's Ian Durant. It's not a good one by him. The player who scored that memorable goal in Marseille back in '93, on a night which was effectively a European Cup semi-final. So just 2 minutes of this first half left. Ajax lead by 1-0. Frank de Boer. Petric under pressure. Ronald de Boer to Petric, responds. To Petric again. Breaks away to Laudrup. Again, there are Ajax players all around them. A free kick is given. About 35 yards from goal. Free kick to Rangers. Well, it'd be nice if they could get something back in this final minute of the first half. And Alberts, again, is the man who will take it as Edwin van der Sar organises the defensive wall. It's Alberts. He gets a second bite at it, but no power there. The defensive wall did its job. So we're well inside the final minute of this first half. Charlie Nicholas, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Rangers have played a fairly well-disciplined game. They've not rushed into the tactical battle that Ajax can confront you with, which they did in Amsterdam. And I think it's been a decent, disciplined performance. I must mention young Wilson and Shields, who have played the game nice and simple, brought themselves into the game when needed and done excellent. But Ajax will still probe and still give them problems.
So the half-time whistle sounds. Rangers are applauded from the field, but there's a man who put Ajax ahead after 39 minutes, Arnold Skolton. As Charlie said, a disciplined performance by Rangers in the middle of the park and giving decent cover to the full-backs against the width from this Ajax side. And Theo Snelders there, Dutchman, facing players from his own country, but he goes in at half-time. With the scoreline, Rangers 0, Ajax 1.
Yeah, as Jerry says, that's the story of the first half. Rangers 0, Ajax 1. The views of Ray Wilkins and Alec McLeish on the key moments from Ibrox in just a couple of minutes from now. Hello again, half-time at Ibrox. It's Rangers 0, Ajax 1. Ray, what do you make of it?
I thought the Rangers did very well initially, and I thought up until the 39 minutes it's pretty even Stevens. But it was a good strike, a good goal. But they've obviously got to watch themselves. Ajax are a super footballing side, all very comfortable in possession. I think that's the important thing. Defenders all want the ball as much as forward players want the ball. Yeah. So it's very difficult to defend against that sort of side. As
Ray says, a good goal. He took it very well. Schneider's not a hope, really.
Yeah, they looked really threatening. You know, they gradually crept into the game, and you felt that they would get one or two chances. And I mean, that's a half chance, but it's a fantastic shot. And with the ground being so greasy, you see players falling throughout the first 45. That's a difficult ball for Snelders to get to.
And that's the difference between the two sides as it stands. Ray, Rangers started so brightly, and Alberts, I know you rate him. I mean, a tremendous run from him, but the finish, unfortunately, was weak on his right foot. He would have preferred his left.
Yeah, I think he would have preferred his left, but I think he could have got it on his left if he'd have had the confidence to let it run across his body and use his strength to hold the defender off. But as you quite rightly state, Jim, it was fantastic football. We see him break here from within his own half, and Ian Durant has the presence of mind to get up. Fantastic 1-2. Great ball in, and I think he could have held Skolton off there and taken that on his left side and hit that with that club that he possesses on his left foot, because there's no question about it, this chap really does possess a club in that left foot.
I probably thought that Skolton was closer to him than he actually was.
Yeah, yeah. Kluivert, Alec, not exactly Mr. Popular, as Jerry says, with the Copeland Road end. He had a good opportunity and he miscontrolled after a long pass from Frank de Boer.
It's incredible to think that this guy's only 19 years of age. Tremendous turn of pace, his movement is frightening. He's had a bad touch there. I suspect that'll be free of the belt from Mr. Van Gaal, but you know, what a player. A fantastic presence. For such a big guy, his mobility is amazing.
His countrymen, you know, they gave Snelders a fair old doing at one stage after a bad pass back from Petric, and Snelders was all over the place here, and it really ended up farcically here, Ray.
Well, I thought it was inevitable that this was going to happen, Jim, because it was, I think, from Petric being an international class defender, actually doing that in the situation that they find themselves in, Rangers, was pretty atrocious stuff.
Crazy, and then from the corner, Vicka came so close.
Well, I think they had about 4 chances here, and then Vicka gets the last one coming in, and thankfully it's deflected wide of the upright. But if Gordon Petric clears it initially, then you don't bring that situation upon yourself.
You're looking for a bit of composure on these occasions as well, Ray. You know, if Gordon had perhaps turned away from goals as opposed to giving it back to Theo in very tight area, then you know, may have been much easier dealt with.
Sure. Okay, well, more analysis of the first half from Ray and Alex in a couple of minutes from now. Don't go away, it's 1-0 Ajax.
Just for the thrill of it, just for the chill of it, just for the taste of it, just for the feel of it. Diet Coke, the pure peace is the best. Diet Coke, this is the best of it. Forget the rest of it. Just for the taste of it. Diet Coke.
In the late 50s, Lee Hong rose to fame as a film star. After 40 years studying every form of martial art, he is now the highest-ranking grandmaster in Korea. Yet he claims to have documentary evidence showing some of his students performing translocation, a quasi-mythical martial arts technique which defies the laws of physics.
I don't know who taught them these powers, but it's not me.
At Halfords, we've got cycle lighting gift sets from just $9.99, cycle helmets from only $12.99, and buy and collect your Christmas bike by the 4th of November and we'll give you a shacker lock worth $14.99 absolutely free. Come to Halfords, we're nuts about bikes.
Yeah, that's the one. you. Look what he's done. These Hollywood riddlers, Roy, are they obsessed by violence and death?
Hole in one, HG. Look at all those miserable dog movies. Reservoir Dog, Man Bites Dog, Raging Bulldog.
What's happened to all the nice doggy movies?
Beethoven. On the slobber down every trouser front in sight. They should unleash something with more grunt in the waggy tail department. Natural-born fox-haired terriers. Or maybe even...
Pulp Fiction!
Tackle it, you regulars!
In the beginning was the ordinary battery. Then came the long-lasting Duracell battery. Now introducing Duracell Power Check, the new generation of battery with a built-in power gauge that tells you how much power is left in your battery anytime, anywhere. New Duracell Power Check.
Welcome back. It's 1-0 to Ajax at half-time. Ray, it's a good game. It's entertaining, and young Scott Wilson has fitted in very well. I mean, he's just a youngster. He's pitched in. It's his debut, and he pops in a great tackle against Overmars.
That's right. I think both young men can be really happy with the way they've played, and he reads this very well. He's come across, he must have made up 15, 20 yards, but he read it very well and helped out his young counterpart, their young Shields, on the right side. But Overmars has got unbelievable pace, and that tackle would have done him the world of good. I think he's shown a lot of good composure tonight, that chap.
Yeah, but the story of this first half, Ali, is really based on Ajax chances, and Snelders did very well against his countryman Ronald de Boer, didn't he? A good save from Snelders.
Yeah, well, it was a great 1-2 at the time by Ronald de Boer, and I don't know if we're going to see it now, but you know,
there we are.
It was in such a tight area. It's so quick. It's happened so quick. The movement, superb. There you see de Boer and not being checked by the defenders on the turn. And
good.
Steve's done his job really. You know, it's point blank really, but
that's a good stop.
You'd expect him to stop that.
And what about this fella Veldman? I know you like him and you rate him. He had a great opportunity, but sclaffed it horribly.
Well, I watched John Veldman when he played for Sparta Rotterdam before he went to Ajax, and they were looking for about £500,000 for him. I felt that, you know, he wasn't a typical defender that we'd be looking for in Britain.
Yeah.
They're not a dominant force, but he slots into this system ever so well. But that's, as Charlie says, a typical defender's finish.
He did everything right until the last minute, you know.
It's a great move, great link-up, and a lovely piece of skill by Arnold Scholten.
Yeah.
With the back heeler right in his path, and really should have hit target.
And Alec mentioned Scholten there, Ray, and he's the difference between the two sides. His goal, and as we said earlier, he took it very well, didn't he?
He did take it very well, yeah. The ball got laid across, and it was just a first-time wallop, and it's in the back of the net. He comes onto it well. He's got, he just wants to hit the target. And as Alex said earlier, it's a skiddy old top, and Theo didn't really have a chance. But I think one of the important things about all these 1-2s that Ajax are playing, and it's very tough because they're very talented players, but you must stay with runners. When 1-2s are being played around you, it's vitally important that you actually go with the guy that has actually delivered the ball.
Yeah.
And we saw there Petric on the edge of the box. As Veldman attacked him, he just played the ball past him, and Petric didn't really want to get with him. It's vitally important that you stay with runners in that situation.
And they're so confident on the ball, Ray, aren't they? I mean, when they have possession, they're so self-assured.
That's right. Even when Valdesar gets the ball at the back, they'll drop off and make the game about 75 yards long because all the defenders are comfortable in possession, and they want to pass the ball as much as anybody else.
Probably a good central defender, Henry.
Yeah,
absolutely. OK, well, the second half is about to get underway. The teams are out. Back to Charlie and Jerry at Ibrox.
Thank you, Jim. Welcome back, everyone, to Ibrox Stadium. And just a look around, shows no change in either lineup. Certainly from the half-time stats we've been given, Ajax had the upper hand with more possession, more corner kicks, and of course the lead here by 1-0 from Arnold Skelton. So it's the skipper there, Laudrup, with Durant, who had an excellent first half, just waiting to restart this game. The Swedish referee checks with his assistant referees. And away we go for this second half on match night 4 in the UEFA Champions League. And a big turnout here at Ibrox tonight. Some 460,000 people have attended in the previous 10 matches this season, so tonight takes the tally to 500,000. The Rangers still pulling in huge attendances. I'm sure Louis van Gaal, the Ajax coach, was happy with his team's first half performance. He certainly has some players on the bench that can come on and cause fresh problems. Danny, as we mentioned earlier, and Northern Vouta, who played in the first game. The Rangers have Ali McCoist, who's still not fully fit, on the bench, and Peter van Vossen. And he's been struggling because of injury, and also Erik Bo Anderson. So Ronald de Boer. Babangida. And certainly Babangida had to move inside a bit in the first half to become effective because of David Robertson's pace. Cool play by Marcio Santos, the Brazilian international player, stepping away from Brian Laudrup. Santos, the owner, proud possessor of a World Cup medal. This is Vichka. Challenged there by McInnes. Marcio Santos. They'll milk it there, just passing it forward. He's just coming up for his 20th birthday, another young player in the squad. De Boer making his point to the referee, and his Rangers trying to get themselves forward. Urged on by Archie Knox. Babangida. Trying to find Kluivert. Durant, Laudrup. Petric is well forward. Albert starts a run through the middle. This is Laudrup. Greg Shields is on the far side. Still it's Laudrup. Well handled by Edwin van der Sar. Albert was running through the middle there. And also Greg Shields coming in on the far side. Laudrup getting a decent cross, but the goalkeeper was always comfortable.
Still, it looks as if when he gets the ball, he's in the mood. He's prepared to run at people and try and create things. And at least in that opportunity, the three Rangers players all in the box.
And here's a problem perhaps for Rangers. That Kluivert's effort drops behind. It was Babangida who caused the initial problem, and that allowed the ball to drop in towards the striker. But again, you see the danger of Ajax. Björklund it was who failed to clear properly under pressure from Babangida. Durant claims he was fouled, but the referee allows play to go on. There's no real advantage there though. This is Vichka. Good challenge going in there from Wilson. The ball out of play. So I just wonder what's going through the mind of Walter Smith at the moment. He's had a few sore evenings in this Champions League. Certainly the way Rangers were set out in the first half, there was shades of damage limitation. Certainly disciplined in the middle of the park and giving good cover, but not an awful lot to offer up front.
Well, it must have been a difficult thinking day today for Walter Smith in terms of obviously personnel who are missing, the people he's had to leave on the bench. More importantly, the comeback for like Kluivert and Ajax's team. It's always a difficult one when you know you've already been kind of humiliated in Amsterdam.
This is Alberts. Petric. Laudrup. Good play by Laudrup. In the end, there was enough cover. Mario Melchiot stuck with them all the way, making it difficult for him to really do anything in the end. The big defender stayed with him. Cut out by Petric. Here's Durant. Looking for Greg Shields. Cut out by Melchiot. This is Wilson. McInnes battles well. Alberts. A slack one by him though. Fell between Laudrup there and the fullback.
It's certainly a difficult one at the moment for Rangers because Ajax are really dominating the pace. But in the style that Rangers are having to defend and be solid in midfield, it's just something you've got to accept.
Well, McInnes and Miller are battling hard in the centre of midfield. Ajax always look comfortable. There must be the temptation for Rangers to charge forward and try and get something back, but they know that's exactly what Ajax are waiting for them to do. There was certainly a glint in the eye of Louis van Gaal when he was interviewed the other night, when he said perhaps there would be more room here at Ibrox than there was even in Amsterdam. It's Ajax who lead by 1.